This is an article by Dr. V.B. Arati in Vijaya, Karnataka. Her piece is titled, she seems to write regularly, as the Tili Belaku, means clear and soft light. The title of the article is Bharatada Talahadiye Sri Ramachandrana Ghana Adarsha. I will read it and translate it as we go along in English. So the headline is The Foundation of India is the noble ideal of Sri Ramachandra. Sri Rama is not merely a symbol of faith. Indian emotional mindset and intellectual mindset, literature, art, poetry, festivals, rituals, and traditions, Sri Rama is the life spirit of all these. Sri Rama, who was extremely popular in his own time, even after millennia, is equally popular. The reason for this faith is not merely the belief that he is an incarnation of Vishnu. His extraordinary awareness of righteousness, dharma, dedication to peace, fortitude, unshakability in the face of challenges, selflessness, the constant thinking about the welfare of the people, the willingness to sacrifice his own comforts and pleasures, and his demonstration of generosity and kindness to creatures of all types. These have won the heart of mankind itself. His walk and talk shone with a brilliance which touched every mind and made people move towards righteousness or dharma. In this way, Rama and Ramayana and places associated with Rama's life are crucial to the feelings of the Indian heart. If at all one has a child, it should be like Rama. Sir, my son is Sri Ramachandra incarnate. These words in everyday speech, as well as statements teasing somebody, so you think you are the great Sri Rama? These show the purity of the ideal of Rama. If one were to describe everything with a cold factuality, that truthfulness it can also be described as Rama's arithmetic or Rama's accounting. When somebody hears something very unpleasant, they say Rama Rama. That way we seem to cleanse our minds and feelings of any impurity. When we meet somebody, we say Jai Ram Ji Ki. When we take our leave, we say Ram Ram. These practices, as well as the often encountered practice among people of writing Ramanama 100 times, 1,000 times, a lakh times, a crore times, etc. This is itself a vrata. Sahasranama Tattulyam Ramanama. This is Vyasa's own words. Around the country, it is a very popular custom on Saturdays, on Ekadashis, to do Rama Bhajana. In classical arts, as well as in folk arts, in dance forms, dramas, the most popular episodes are taken from Ramayana. The poetic imagination of great literatures has given rise to so many Ramayanas. There are so many variations, so many subplots. There is no word like boring when somebody starts listening to Ramayana stories. Such people will want to listen to Ramayana again and again, watch it again and again. People sanctify places saying Rama has stepped on this spot. In Valmiki Ramayana, the places mentioned during his travels, the rivers, the forests, the hills, the pilgrimage places, the water bodies, everything has become a great religious place of worship. Rama had come here. This is where he strung his bow. Sita was sitting here. She had her bath here. This is where her nose ring fell down. This is where Hanuman sat. This kind of pride about these places, you can see this in every district of the country. This seems to show that everybody feels blessed to be associated with Rama somehow or the other. The ideal of the state as the perfect nation, as the perfectly administered state, is represented by the word Ramarajya. The ideal marriage between man and woman is extolled as an example of Sita and Rama, with the example of Sita and Rama. In weddings, people sing Sita Kalyana Vaibhogame, Rama Kalyana Vaibhogame. In every family, you will hear names like Janaki, Sita, Ramamurthy, Hanumantarao, etc. People celebrate the coronation of Rama, who was a king millennia before, as Rama Pattabhishek Utsava. Even those who want to decry Hindu religion first target Rama because they think Rama is core to the beliefs of Hindus. Let us see why Rama is so popular. How did he become so popular? Rama is a high ideal. If there is a goal placed on top of a hill, the people who strive to reach the top have to be more careful and put in more effort. When something is far above us and we want to live up to that ideal, we realize that Rama's life was one such ideal. Rama did not live for himself and his pleasures. The citizens, the welfare of people was his motto. He never gave importance to Vyashti, the individual, but Samashti means society, everybody. Let us just look at one episode. Dashratha conducted the public audience meeting. His ministers were around. The gentry were present from Ayodhya. They all took the decision to anoint Rama as the prince. Rama also was very happy to accept that honor. But the same night, in the middle of the dreadful night, his stepmother Kaikeyi used the two boons that were offered to her long before by Dashratha and placed him in Dharma Sankata, an extremely big dilemma of statesmanship and righteousness. She made Rama lose the honor of being anointed as the prince. And for no reason or no fault of his, she imposed the exile in the forest on him. What a big tragedy and a shock it would have been for Rama. If we, ordinary people, had been in Rama's place then, how would we have behaved? I have done no wrong. Why this punishment for me? When you said in the royal hall, and it was debated and settled officially that I should be the anointed prince, just because a woman has some selfish motive and she is pushing her own agenda, why should I suffer? Why should I bow down to that? When the tradition is that the eldest son has to become the king, by making him lose that honor and offering that position to his younger brother, where is the logic or the justice in this? Okay, if you don't want to give me the princehood, but why should I be exiled to the forest? What is the big mistake I have done? Why this punishment? Would we not have argued like this? Oh, Father, you just listen to your dear wife's words. You are a victim and you have wronged your son. Is this right? We would have argued probably with our father like this. Okay, give me some time. I will think about this and take a proper decision. Is the way we would have tried to get some time on our side. At the minimum, we would have said, let the night pass. Let us see how people all over the city will react. Probably the people themselves will protest and see that justice is restored. Using this ruse, we would have probably delayed everything. We would have waited for justice to come to us through the people. Or we would have said, going to the forest and living there for a long time, it is not a joke. I have to collect all my necessary belongings. I have to prepare for it. I need time for all this. That way I would have gained time. This is the way anybody would have behaved if they had been in Rama's position to avert this disaster for themselves, this injustice. Me and justice for me would have been our motto, and that is how man would have behaved. But Rama did not think at all this way from his own point of view, from his self. He thought about Ayodhya and the people of Ayodhya. This consciousness of the larger good was uppermost in his mind. Yes, I individually have been wronged. But what was father's helplessness? He could not go back on the promise he had given to his wife. Is that not the behavior of somebody who wants to hold on to truth? Dashratha, my father, would definitely be in a dilemma. Should he stick to truth at the cost of wronging his son, or should he not go that route? My father is already old, he is unwell, he is helpless, and he has been broken by the turn of events. Now, if I go and argue with my father what is justice, what is injustice, what can he say? Rama felt a great deal of compassion for his father. That is why Rama did not descend into argument but maintained his peace, his cool. Yes, Kaikeyi was misusing those two boons. But nobody can question her right to do that way. She has been infatuated with the welfare of her son, so she has gone astray. Now I cannot even argue with her and try to instill a sense of justice in her. After all, she is a mother. Okay, let her wish pass. This way, he was magnanimous towards his mother also. Bharata, by his virtues and valor and mastery of all the uh, knowledge subjects, he was a very good man. He was highly competent. Okay, he was not the eldest son, but in every other way, he was equally competent to become the king in all ways. If Bharata becomes the king, there will be no wrong to the public, to the people of Ayodhya. But the people of Ayodhya, right now, they are very unhappy. But time will heal their sorrow. Under the good rule of Bharata, they will forget the wrongs that have been done. Life will return to normalcy. If I now try to fight for justice to me, what will happen? People will become very emotional. They will take to the streets. There will be a lot of violence. There will be anarchy. That is why, even for the welfare of the people, it is good for me to keep quiet. This was the thought process of the ever generous Rama. Today's political leaders, if we compare them, where do we see them? To increase one's own power and position, they go and collect people of their caste from different parts, bring them in trucks, create a lot of trouble in the city through these people as if they are protesting against injustice, and create a drama to help themselves. On the other hand, Rama did not want any drama or any protest for his own personal good, and he made sure everything would happen quickly without much incident. This shows the greatness of Rama as a human being, as a king, as a statesman. He thought above everything else of the good for the people. A king should be like this, don't you think? Not only that, if I stay long in Ayodhya, people's sympathy for me and their uh, feelings of anger towards the king and disrespect for him will increase. This should not happen. That was Rama's thinking. But anybody else would have liked that turn of events. That is the reason why Rama left in the middle of the night itself. He left, and the multitudes of people followed his chariot as he left Ayodhya. But Rama did not relent. He told Sumantra, please drive the chariot fast. Let us go fast out of Ayodhya. Let us disappear from the sights of these people. Rama did not want from his end any trouble, any further anxiety, or any further distress for his father. And people should not lose their cool. That is how he conducted himself. This is proof of Rama's thinking of the good of the people. He gave up, he sacrificed his personal welfare, his personal comfort. That is his greatness. He spent 14 years in the forest with an equanimous and pleasant mindset. This kind of mental strength, this generosity, this sacrifice, this extreme dignity, is this not an ideal for the entire mankind? This single incident and this single act of Rama alone shows the greatness of his personality. And then, if we read the entire Ramayana, Rama's generosity of feeling the greatness of his personality, there are so many episodes in Ramayana that hold up to us all these details. For even small injustices, for small wrongs, losing one's cool, shouting and protesting that I have been insulted, this kind of behavior is normal for most of us. This ideal of Rama, therefore, is a balm. It is something that is going to raise us to a different level of behavior. This will give us strength of mind. This will give us the strength of character and the sense of righteousness. That is the glory of the tradition of belief in Rama. When this tradition is fostered, more and more competent, excellent generations will come and they will become even greater rulers. That is why Rama is the ideal for the Indian civilization.